Hey y'all, hope everybody's doing great today. The weather is terrible here. I don't know where you live, but just drop in the comments like what kind of weather are you experiencing. It was crazy here last night because we've had ice and sleet, and actually my husband and I have horses and some land, and one of the poles was actually leaning over from all the ice that the highline wires were almost touching the ground, and it was about to fall over and land on our fence. So I didn't sleep very well last night because I was thinking, if it lands on our fence, our horses are going to get out and it's just going to be really bad. So the weather's been really crappy here. Hopefully, I think the weather is going to turn around soon, so I'm really excited about that. But the topic for conversation today is, what is grit, and why am I so passionate about talking about grit? So if you're just watching this, maybe you've watched several videos with me, maybe this is your first video with me, just drop that in the comments. Let me know if you're a newbie or if you've watched my videos before. And if you think you know what grit is, just drop me your definition below. I'm curious to see how many people have an idea about what grit is. So that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. So what does it mean to get a grit already? So that's what I say a lot of times. And one of the things, first of all, let's go back to what is grit. So I was reading a book recently by a lady named Angela Duckworth. Angela Duckworth is one of the pioneers that have led research on the word grit. She defines grit as a combination of passion and perseverance. And she's actually did tons of research across the span. She's done research on, Green Berets. She's done research in sales when it comes to grit. She's done research in public schools, Ivy League undergraduates. She's did a ton of research when it comes to grit. And what her research shows, that grit is the biggest predictor of success, even more than talent and genetics and IQ. It's just about that passion and that perseverance. So grit is basically trying again and again until a level of desired success is reached. It's about getting up every single day and honoring the commitments that you've made to yourself, honoring the commitment that you've made to your passion, to your goals and your business. See, many of us give up way too soon on our goals because of setbacks. And that's the exact reason why so many people need to get a grit already, and part of why I'm so passionate about my brand. So skipping around from one pursuit to another pursuit is not what gritty people do. They realize there's no shortcut to excellence, and they're super passionate about what they do. They're so passionate about what they do and what they're working on, they stay loyal to that work despite the perceived failures and objections and things that are going to come your way that happen to everyone who's trying to build a business or trying to get to their goals and dreams. Grit is also embracing a growth mindset. So people with a growth mindset, they know that you have to learn and grow to get to where you want to be in life. People with a fixed mindset tend to think that grit is attributed to a talent, or grit is God-given, or things like that, which is totally not true, because grit can actually be grown from the inside out. Gritty people understand that you can change anything and master any craft through deliberate practice. So gritty people practice deliberately until something that they're incompetent about turns into competence, which of course is going to increase confidence, right? If you practice something over and over that you're not good at and you become good at it, you're going to become more confident, right? So that's the problem. People don't stay the course long enough. They don't stay gritty long enough to meet their goals, whether that's health and wellness, whether that's weight loss, whether that's building a business, whether that's having a long-term successful marriage or a friendship. It spans the gauntlet of all these different things. Gritty people focus on hard work. They embrace the process and the struggle because they know eventually they're going to get their desired result if they stay gritty and they practice deliberately. They don't let temporary setbacks become permanent excuses as to why they can't get where they want to go. They stay gritty. And so why is it that I talk about grit, and why is it that I'm passionate about grit? Well, have you ever thought these words to yourself? Because I've thought these words to myself a ton of times. You know, I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not strong enough. No one cares about my goals. No one cares about my hopes and dreams and aspirations. I don't deserve to be happy. I'm fearful of what happiness and success is going to bring me. If only I was like said person, then I could do what said person is doing. If only I had support, if only I had confidence in myself, then I could fulfill my goals and dreams and I could design my own life. If I wasn't so scared of failure, if I wasn't so not confident in my own self and my own abilities. You see, my background is in education. So for 10 years prior to this journey, I was in education. So I taught at the middle school level, and I taught at the collegiate level. And it was always my goal to leave a legacy of someone who pushed my students to a different level, someone who brought out that grittiness in them, someone who motivated them to be different, to be better, to be the best they could be. But what I recognized was that there was a lot of kids in my class, like little Johnny, who had a huge IQ, but if you gave him a task and it took more than 10 minutes, he was just done with it, even though I knew he was capable. So fast forward to my network marketing career, and I had a big team. And so I did the same thing I did as a teacher, because this is kind of what we're taught to do. We're taught to arm our team with skills. You know, we're taught to arm our team about recruiting and prospecting and social media and, you know, how to properly train. So it's all about cognitive skills, right? It's the same in the classroom. We're taught all about giving our students these cognitive skills. But I found a disconnect in both professions. You know, I was giving them all the cognitive skills that they needed, but yet there was still people who weren't excelling to their biggest potential. Women on my team, students in my class, they weren't excelling. They weren't doing what I knew they were capable of doing. And so one day I was sitting around and I was thinking about, why do these women have these dreams and I give them all the tools to make them happen, but they're not taking action, right? And action's the only thing that fixes things. Why are they not practicing deliberately so that they can get their goals and their dreams fulfilled? And all of a sudden, it literally came to me at the same time I was reading this book about grit. And what came to me was, oh my gosh, Amy, you are focused on skills and you're trying to build skill sets in people, and you really need to build people. So see, I didn't know any better, but I was focused on systems. Guys, even if you're in the corporate world right now, think about it. What is more important? Systems, building systems, or building people? And it came to me really quickly, and I was like, oh my gosh. The key is to build people, then they'll utilize your systems, right? So you still have to give them those systems, but you have to build people first so they feel confident and they feel fearless, excuse me, and they feel gritty. Then they're going to use your systems, right? So that's when it came to me. That's when it came to me that my passion is to help people build their self-esteem and their confidence and get them to that gritty level. And that's why I chose grit. And also because I thought to myself, you know what? why has God put all these obstacles in your way, Amy? Why has God put so many struggles in your life? So many struggles with self-image and self-esteem and self-concept and anxiety. And that came to me too at the same time. God put all these obstacles in my way, and I was gritty past the obstacles, and I got past them. But he put them in front of me so that I could be a beacon of light for people who are struggling with what I was struggling with, so that I could help more people. So he gave all this to me as a gift to help others who are struggling, and that's why it's my passion now. To help women uncover their inner grit, dig deep and find that gritty woman inside them and make things happen in their life. Take action in their life. Practice deliberately in their life to get things that they want out of their life. So that's why I chose grit as my one-word song. That is why I blog about grit. That is why I created the Grit Gauge. That's why I have a grit magazine, and that's why I'm launching a school, an online school called Grit Nation. So I still get to educate and do what I love. I just get to kind of do it in a different environment, right? In the entrepreneurial space, as opposed to the 9-to-5 go to a job space. So how can you get the support you need? You know, one of the things that you can do is join my community, Grit Nation. You know, all you have to do is drop the word Grit Nation below. I'll reach out to you about Grit Nation. We're a community where entrepreneurs dig deep to create a revolution in their business. We're going to give you all the tools and the actions and the training necessary to make significant changes in your life, to get that self-confidence and that self-esteem. I also want to offer you a free Gritty magazine. So my first magazine, called Grit Magazine, it also contains a gauge so that you can kind of take a little self-test and do a little reflection. How gritty are you? So you can click on the link below and you can get access to my free 22-page guide. And you can also get access to some of my gritty tools. How did I learn how to blog? How did I get a website up? How did I learn about marketing? Those are all tools that you need if you want to build a business online. You can also get access to those by clicking below too. And I just want to say, guys, if you are struggling right now, trust me, I have been there. That is why I want to help you. So hope to talk to you guys soon. And until next time, get a grit already, y'all. Bye.